Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Liam. So I'm going to be making a very special recipe today. This was just published on the recipe site allrecipes.com, and it is a very, very unusual cooking method that we are going to be using today. Okay, maybe it wasn't unusual quite some time ago, but today we are going to be making chicken stock in my pressure cooker. That's right. Don't be scared of these things anymore. Well, the new style ones anyway. So today we are going to show you how to do this. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to put our ingredients into the pressure cooker that I have here sitting on my induction cooktop. So first of all, on this plate we have a very large carrot that I've just cut up a little bit. We have 4 small medium onions. Normally I would use 1 large onion. Unfortunately, I don't have a really big one today, so I've just cut up 2. You don't even have to peel them or anything, you just cut them up. I also have 1 stalk of celery. I don't like too much celery in my chicken stock, but again, you can use a little bit more or just omit it altogether if you desire. I also have 10 cloves of garlic. And again, you can shuck this yourself, or you don't even have to if you don't want to. I've also got 15 peppercorns in this bowl as well, and I've got right here some chicken backs that I just got from the butcher. Really inexpensive, specifically used for things like soups. You could also use a rotisserie chicken, the remnants of one from dinner the night before. This would make a perfect ending for that. So let's put all of our ingredients into the pressure cooker. So what I like to do is I'll just put some onions at the bottom, like so. I'll put these chicken backs inside, so just squash them down. Last one. And what I've done with these chicken backs is I've just roasted them in the oven a little bit at about 400 degrees for about 15 minutes or so until they're nice and brown. And what we're going to do is now put the remainder of the vegetables in. So just dump that in there, like so. And then we'll take our bowl with the garlic and the peppercorns and just shove that in there. So just make sure everything is sort of down, like that. And now what we'll do is we're just going to take this over to the sink and fill it up with water to the max line. Just fill it up with water. Oh, and look, we've got Hercules here. I bet he wants some of this. So we're just going to fill this up to the max line, which is just right there. And that's it. Okay. Now, I like to season my stock at the end, so I'm not going to add any salt at this point. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put the lid on the pressure cooker. Also, if you've got some fresh parsley lying around, you could very well add it at this stage if you wanted to. Okay, there we go. So just slide it on. Now, this is a newer style pressure cooker that we have here. What sets this apart from what your grandmother had before is the fact that it has a new kind of a valve. Instead of the rocker valve like it used to have, what this has is a, as you can see here, this has something you just simply turn, so you don't need to worry quite as much. Also, these are a lot safer than the previous old style pressure cookers. So I'm just going to plug my stove in. Now I'm using an induction cooktop today. It's my favorite cooking implement in the entire kitchen, and as you can see I have it on the regular stove, but I'm not using the regular stove today. I like the induction because it's energy efficient and heats it very quickly. So we're just going to turn this on just to number 10, which is full power, and we are going to let that heat up. Oh, let's not forget to turn this all the way to 15 psi. There we go. So I will see you back in a few minutes when this starts steaming. And so our pressure cooker is just coming up to 15 psi now. Just not sure if you can see the steam here, but it is just coming up now, and this is what you want to see. So a gentle hissing like this is sort of what you want to keep. Okay, so just when it really starts, we're going to turn the stove down a little bit. I'm just going to turn it down to number 9. And then number 8. Yep, we're at 15 psi. It's a good idea to have a ventilator just above you, as I do here, of where you're doing this. Okay, let's turn it to 7. Usually I find the optimal setting is, out of a 10, it's usually a 6 or 7 where you'll want to keep this. And you'll want to maintain a steady pressure, as we see here. For right now, we're going to set the timer for 30 minutes at this point. Now this stove will shut off automatically when the 30 minutes is up, but if you don't have that, just set a timer for 30 minutes at this point, and when the 30 minutes is over, all you do is you turn it off and just leave it. And I will see you again. Alright, so our stock has been simmering for 30 minutes at 15 psi, and the stove is just about to shut off. Now, what is important at this stage is that you do not use the quick release method, which is to put the pot in the sink and pour cold water over it. You need to let it sit with the stove off. There we go. So it will continue to hiss for a few minutes, and just leave it be. This might take about half an hour or so to fully release the pressure. And then we will go on to the next step. Alright, so now we've let the pressure completely escape, gradually work itself down, basically, so you can see the red thing here has gone back down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that all the pressure is out, and we're just going to open up the pressure cooker. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So now what we're going to do is we are going to remove all of the vegetables that are in there. They've done their job, also the chicken and stuff like that all has to come out. So what we're going to do is we are going to just grab a spoon like this. I have a garbage bowl positioned right beside the sink, and we're just going to scoop out the used vegetables and chicken and whatever like that. That's flavorless. Just allow the stock to drain just like that. We'll do a better straining in just a minute. I just want to get the big chunks out. This makes it easier. I have the pot set in some ice water in my sink, so to facilitate the cooling of the stock just a little bit faster, we're just going to continue fishing out the onions and celery and carrots and stuff like that. Okay, so in just a sec I'm going to get out my big strainer and we will just strain it into a bowl and then back into the pot. Okay, so now I have a bowl set up as so, a strainer just with a regular bowl there, and I'm just going to pour my stock through the strainer, and this will catch bits and pieces of undesirable things that have no flavor anymore. Okay, so there's a few bits left in there. We'll just discard those into the garbage bowl. Just shake that out, and again into the garbage bowl. Okay, so just clean this out a little bit. Clean that out because we're going to pour the stock back into it. I don't want to ruin my ice water, so I'm just going to pour it into this container for now. Alright, so we're going to set the pot back into the ice water. We're going to pour the stock into the pot, back into the pressure cooker. Look at that, it's all golden. Alright. So, what we're going to do now is we're just going to stir this until it comes to room temperature. I just got a whisk here. I guess you could do it with a regular spoon. So we'll see you in a few minutes when it comes down to room temperature. Alright, so our stock is now at room temperature. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it into this bowl here, and then it's going to go in the refrigerator for a little while until the fat on top solidifies. Okay, so without further ado, I will pick this up and gently So, what we're going to do is, first things first, we need to make some room in the refrigerator. I can probably take that out for a little while and move that up there. Alright, so let's put that in the fridge. Now afterwards, the top there, which is fat, will solidify, and this will take about an hour or so. So we'll see you then. Okay, and fast forward an hour. Here we have a lovely skin on the top, which I'm going to skim off, and we're just going to shove that into the sink. Okay, we're going to just move it a little bit closer to the sink, make it a little bit easier to get off. Now see how easy that comes off. So you just want to very gently take that off, just like so. Oh, Herky, I know you want some of that. Aww. I know you want some of this. Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna skim as much of that fat off as we possibly can. Now, whenever I'm cooking with chicken, the cat always seems to come over. almost there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ladle. I'm going to ladle a little bit more of the fat off. So it's a little bit easier with that. There we are. Okay. So just very, very gently. You only want to get that top layer. You just want the top layer and nothing else. You don't have to get all of it, but just get as much as you possibly can. Okay, so next up we're just going to season it with some salt. So what we're going to do is I have my salt grinder here. Okay. And we're going to just season it with salt to your taste. Don't make it too salty, but just enough that you can get a little bit of saltiness. A little bit more. Now don't use table salt for this. You want sea salt. Let's stir that up. Almost there. A little bit more. Okay, I think that should do it. Oh yeah, that is absolutely perfect. So, this is the finished stock. Now what you'll want to do with this is you're going to want to pour it into Ziploc bags and freeze it, or you can pour it into an ice cube tray, just whatever you happen to have with you at that time, and just freeze it if you don't plan on using it right away. Otherwise, if you plan on using it right away, just go right ahead and do so. So, that is how you make my famous rapid chicken stock. So, good eating.